Okay, this is a test, an air test on the Compass XP Pro. First I'm going to remove the box. What I've got is a dime, nickel, quarter, and a penny. These are all newer coins. The penny is 1970s copper, but these are all clad. This will just show how well it works. I used it out in my test garden, and it sounded off really well on things even as much as 10 or 12 inches deep. Needle didn't usually register if it was any deeper than 6 inches though, but something buried a long time, it might, go, at a deeper level. But it does discriminate really well. It works very well in iron to pick things out. So we'll just do a little test here. What I'll do is show the screen. And basically I'm just I'll put it on preset spots, so I'm not going to do a notch of any kind on it, so we'll just get rid of the notch. But that is a cool feature on an older analog detector like this. I mean, it's one of the best analog detectors there is. Came out like around 1989, I think, something like that, 1989-ish. We'll put the trash out right at foil, the preset spot, and sensitivity at the preset. I noticed out detecting, even at max, it really didn't go nuts over stuff, so I mean, it actually worked really good with the power level higher. I'm assuming that would be the gain or the sensitivity. And this button here is basically if you want to accept notching or rejecting stuff. So you've got a pinpoint button, which is kind of an all-metal button too. You can click it on and it pinpoints as well as turns into an all-metal, which detects really deep. I was very impressed with how deep it'll get. Again, it won't really register anything on the meter, but you get really good sound from deep objects. And then there's a trash out button, which basically activates the trash out, which is here. Alright, so let's give it a try. Okay, first we're going to do the nickel. Ringing up good. Penny, copper penny. Ringing up good. Clad dime. And clad quarter. Go back to the clad dime to show you that it goes right to it. And nickel, just again, nickel, and penny. Alright. Okay, now I'm going to show you recovery time on this. Is actually pretty good, again, for an analog type of detector. And this one does come with the Compass brand frequency adjuster. So you can adjust frequency as well on here with this, which does give it an added feature, but that just kind of fits right in between the coil and the box. Again, the settings are pretty basic. I have basically all the presets on here. So we're just going to go just straight detecting at full sensitivity. Alright, so this will show you. That's the penny. I would say probably 5 to 6 inches off the floor there. The nickel about 3 to 4 inches it seems to be going. The dime, getting into about 6 to 7 inches. And the quarter, easy 7. Alright, let's look at, of course in the ground, in the air would be the optimal test for distance or depth, but sometimes ground conditions can make, if it's been there a long time, some people think there's a halo effect, and sometimes it will detect deeper, so, it did seem to detect things pretty deep. It made a noise in my test garden on things 10 to 12 inches deep. Didn't register on the meter, but it registered them deep. This right here isn't even close to as deep as those things are buried, and it sounded off. So, and here you've also got possibly nails in the floor, so there might be some nulling of some kind or whatever. But anyway, here's the recovery. That's pretty good. So that's pretty good recovery. So all in all, this is kind of a nice old machine. And it's fun to use too. Back in the 80s, this is the kind of machine I used, a White's, but it was similar to this. So it's a pretty cool machine. I think you should bid on it. It seems to be calibrated fine, in great working condition, good solid. It's heavier than some of today's detectors, but it's lighter than a lot of those heavier ones from the 80s and before. So it's a pretty good machine here. You can take the whole box right off and put it on your belt real easy. So yeah, and I guess it's probably an 8-inch head on it. Nice armrest for an older model. Anyway, and free shipping.